Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. So today I'm building a diverter. It's going to divert three different directions. One is going to go to a spindle sander, the other to miter saw, and the other is just a general little vacuum for the top of a cabinet. They sell something like this on Rockler, but hey, I have some material and I wanted to make my own, so I'm using a piece of MDF. And I don't have any plans that I drew up on SketchUp this time. I just have the idea in my head, and I put a rough sketch on paper just to size out the parts. So now with most of the major components cut, I went ahead and just puzzle pieced this thing together just to see if it looked like it was going to work like I imagined. And it does look like it's going to work. That center square is going to be the slide that moves and diverts the dust collection between the three ports. And now I'll start gluing it together using regular wood glue and a combination of CA glue with it, just because I'm quite possibly the most impatient person on the planet. Now I just want to move the slide back and forth to make sure it doesn't bind at all, but yet still moves freely without too much play. Then I went ahead and drilled some shallow recesses with a Forstner bit to insert some rare earth magnets. The rare earth magnets I bought were apparently a metric size, so I didn't have a metric Forstner bit. The next size up was a little too loose, and I went with a size that was a bit snug. So I really had to force the magnets in. A couple of them I cracked, but it didn't really inhibit the functionality of that magnet. Once I made sure I was happy with the fit and the alignment of the magnets, the mechanism moved back and forth and kind of positively stopped right where I wanted it to. I went ahead and applied some wax to the inside before I finished gluing this thing together. Now once I get these two lower rails glued on, I'm going to go ahead and start marking out the center in the slide. I have some hard plastic vacuum hose that's 2.5 inches. That's going to act as the receiver that my flexible hose is going to attach to. So now that I have the center for the hole to be drilled in the diverter, I went ahead and got the biggest Forstner bit I had, which is still just a little bit too small. I ended up having to switch to a hole saw, which was still just a bit snug. I ended up sanding down the outside of the plastic piece and finally got it to fit. Pretty snug, but it does fit. So with that first hole done, I moved the slide to the next stop and drilled that hole and so on. Once I got all three holes drilled, I was able to start hooking the back on, which is what's going to hold it to the wall. So once I got the back glued on, I went ahead and started gluing in all the receivers. Two of them are going to be flexible hose, so that's just the same black vacuum line. But the other one is actually hard piped plastic, so I had to make sure to get the alignment correct on that one. Then I finally moved over to the saw where I can get this thing installed. I went ahead and got a level, made sure that it was nice and level, and started screwing it to the wall. Once I had it mounted on the wall, I went ahead and hooked the lower suction line to the slide mechanism. And then finally a very satisfying part to have the magnets kind of stop that exactly in each position. Then I went ahead and mounted the other hoses. I was able to make sure that I gave myself enough play in the hose that went to the sliding miter saw so that I could get the full extension but not have too much slop in the hose. And then finally here it is. I've got a three-way diverter. It stops positively with the magnets but yet slides easily. And that's attached to an automatic switch that has two inputs, one for the sander and one for the miter saw. And that's attached to a shop vac that I have under the cabinet. This keeps the noise down. I have a high efficiency bag on it, and I upgraded to a HEPA filter for the main filter on the vacuum. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I very much appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.